Everyone said that the eldest lady of the Jiang family in the capital would be repaid at the slightest glance. Crazy criticism and ruthlessness. But she was gentle and considerate to me. But on the anniversary, she dated another man all night and lost our wedding ring. Later, I gave up everything and went to a foreign land. She chased me to the hospital and begged me, took out a ring from her bag and held it in front of my eyes. Ring, I got the ring back. I have also dealt with the people around me. Don't want me. Give me another chance. I really know I'm wrong. I put the diagnosis of advanced cancer in front of her. Jiang Ran, I haven't been here for a few days, so I beg you, let me be happy before I leave, and stop bothering me. On the day of the anniversary, I called Jiang Ran one after another. Not surprisingly, she didn't answer. In the dark room, only a few photos were scattered on the coffee table. In the photo, my baby is kissing another man wantonly, and the man's hand is affectionately hugging her waist. How easy it is. I remember that it was this person who once said to me in a very disdainful tone, "What if I met her first? So what if you have loved for so many years? It's not that you can't resist the temptation of the world when you love her the most." When he said this, it was the first time I bumped into him and Jiang Ran intimately. At a shopping mall, she picked up a watch for him. In the past few years, Jiang Ran has participated in various banquets, and the people around her have changed again and again, but only this person has the ability to stay by her side. I pretended not to see their clasped hands, and I couldn't see the marks on Jiang Ran's neck. I was unpromising. I didn't dare to appear in front of them, and I didn't want Jiang Ran's explanation. It will be fine, I comfort myself. Jiang Ran just played and would come back. I know better than anyone how much she loves me. Jiang Ran has been the proud daughter of heaven since she was a child. Her family is well off. Her parents' status in the political world is very important, and she has an older brother on top, which is a class that I will never be able to reach in my life. But such a little princess, in order to be with me, did not hesitate to fall out with her family and suffered a lot of criticism. Her friend said that I ate soft rice and relied on the Jiang family to take the position, and she broke one of the man's arms when she found out. She didn't allow anyone to insult me, even the proud princess. When we were in the Cold War, she would take the initiative to put down her body and patiently coax me. So I turned a blind eye. In the past few years, she messed around outside and I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything when she took he on a business trip, and I didn't say anything when she secretly accompanied that person on New Year's Eve without telling me. But today, I squeezed a thin cancer diagnosis and suddenly didn't want to endure it. I leaned against the floor-to-ceiling window and waited for most of the night. In the early morning, Jiang Ran came back. She walked around behind me and hugged me from behind. "Do you know what day it is today?" My voice trembled with a hint of imperceptibility. "Sorry, Achi, it's a bit of a delay." She kissed me. "The gift or something. The secretary has already prepared it." The tone was still gentle. But obviously a long time ago, she took great pains to prepare gifts for my birthday and our anniversary. Achi, do you like this? Achi is the most handsome in this dress. My Achi naturally wants to use the best, otherwise how can he be worthy of it? I remember when I was in college, there was a date. Jiang Ran was only half an hour late because of the club and hurriedly apologized to me. I'm sorry, Achi. I'm late. I made you wait so long." I was weak, and in the winter, she didn't even bring a scarf, and her face was pale from the cold, but she didn't forget to hold my hand to heat up. What about now? Now Jiang Ran still apologizes to me, but his tone is full of casualness, coping, and insincerity. I covered her hand, but my heart seemed to suddenly miss a beat. The position was empty. "Where's the ring? Where's your ring?" Our ring, the ring I carved with my own hands, was robbed in the heavy snow in Chicago, and the ring that I had to protect, even with a knife against my neck, was gone. Just at this time, Jiang Ran's phone rang. I caught a glimpse of the word he flashed above and snatched her like crazy. Mobile phone was thrown out fiercely. "Don't answer." She probably didn't expect such a big reaction from me, and was stunned for a moment. Then a strong sense of displeasure welled up in the back of his eyes. "Isn't it just a ring? Can't you buy it if you lose it?" "Lost? Buy again? If you lose the ring, you can buy it again, but what about the person who lost it?" I smiled and said to her, "Jiang Ran, let's get a divorce." The word divorce seems to have greatly stimulated Jiang Ran. She looked at me in disbelief. Say it again. Also, we have been together for so long, and we never thought about separating when the trouble was the most violent. I was silent. Jiang Ran's eyes suddenly turned red, and she stabbed me hard when she felt uncomfortable. Is it your turn to file for divorce? Song-chi, what do you think you have good for? I've had enough of you for so many years. Just don't regret it. After saying that, he slammed the door and left. Enough of you. Song-chi, I've had enough of you. I've had enough of you. I slowly fell to the ground, masochistic replay of her words in my head. The eldest lady is really good at killing my heart. My heart hurts densely. In fact, Jiang Ran has always had a bad temper, and before being with her, a friend reminded me. Song-chi, their eldest ladies are all playful, holding you in the palm of their hands when they love you, and their true nature is exposed without love, and no one can be consistent. It turns out that we are no exception. Abdominal pain. I curled up on the floor and couldn't get up, so I just fell asleep. In the dream, I dreamed of the young Jiang Ran, who stood under the cherry blossom tree and confessed to me with a red face. Achi, let's be together. I'll be nice to you. I only like you. She hugged my arm, her eyes shining, so sincere, so enthusiastic. Liar, I smiled bitterly. Soon, you won't even go home. A tear slipped down my cheek unwillingly. This sleep is very restless. I was woken up by the ringing of the phone and woke up at noon the next day. My head is groggy. I guess I have a cold. On the other end of the phone, my doctor wanted me to be admitted to the hospital as soon as possible. Hospitalized? My parents and relatives all left the hospital. There are too many people who cannot be cured by hospitals. I once again declined his kindness and prepared to take a taxi to the hospital to get medicine. While waiting in line for the medicine, a surprised female voice sounded from behind. Song-chi. I turned around. It was a fairy tale, and I haven't contacted him since college. To be precise, after Jiang Ran and I were officially together, we never contacted each other again. In some aspects, Jiang Ran has an almost strong desire to control. The fairy tale obviously saw the list in my hand. You. She frowned. You're not having a good time. We sat in the corridor of the hospital all afternoon, and then I learned that my attending doctor was Fairy Tale's uncle, who had just returned to China. At dusk, the fairy tale insisted on sending me home. In the car, no one looked for a topic first, and the atmosphere was a little awkward. When she was about to arrive in the community, she spoke. Song-chi, I regret not sticking to it in the first place. We know what to insist on. But I lowered my head quietly, and I no longer had the strength to respond. I took out the key, and the moment I entered the door, I was surprised, and Jiang Ran was also there. I thought she probably didn't want to see me for a long time after last night's argument. Before she could say anything, she rushed out and asked with a bad face, Who sent you back? I squeezed the bag I was carrying the medicine. She didn't ask me where I was, didn't see the medicine I was carrying, and didn't care what was wrong with me, just asked in a cold and suspicious tone. Friend? What friend? Jiang Ran grabbed me, reluctant to give up. What kind of friend are you? How come I don't know? Fairy tale. I replied tiredly, like a broken jar. You know. Fairy tale and I are classmates. When I was a student, it was a club that did not miss each other, and gradually the little girl had a little thought about me. Because of this, Jiang Ran didn't like me to get close to Fairy Tale, and every time I mentioned this name, it was enough to cause a war. Sure enough, she nodded and stepped back. I said, why you suddenly want to get a divorce? Is it because of her? Jiang Ran approached a little closer, smiling a little cruelly. When did you get together? This is too ugly. I suddenly looked at the person in front of me, and my tone was a little colder. You can stop in moderation, don't insult people. I insulted you. She cried as if she had heard a big joke. She can see the way she looks at you as long as she is not blind. I still feel that what happened last night was that I was sorry for you and wanted to come back and apologize to you. But what do I see? Well, when you were in college, you two were disconnected. What? Now that you're getting divorced, you found your next home so quickly. Song-chi, I don't know. You are very capable. I wish I could give her a slap. I was so angry that I was dizzy and couldn't stand steadily. What about you? What qualifications do you have to talk about me? I found those photos and threw them in front of her. How clean are you yourself? I didn't want to. After so many years of relationship, It has to end so embarrassingly. Sue was so angry that Jiang Ran's eyes flashed with panic. She stepped forward to coax me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ah Chi, just now. I was so angry just now. She hugged me. You know, I didn't like you to get close to others. The photo on the ground was stepped on by the soles of her feet, and Jiang Ran softened her tone. I'll change. I'm not going out to play anymore. Ah Chi, I just want you. Don't divorce. Let's not divorce, okay? Don't be with fairy tales. The last sentence successfully made me laugh, and at this time, she still wanted to satisfy her possessiveness. She doesn't realize that she is wrong, and she can't see the problems between us. Forget it. It's been a few days. What are you doing? I broke her fingers one by one. Don't worry. I won't be with her, but let's leave. Haven't you had enough of me? No. No, it's not. She quickly denied it and stepped forward again. That's all angry words. I said nonsense. Don't make trouble with me. Jiang Ran tiptoed and kissed me on the lips. Ah Chi. I know that Ah Chi is most reluctant to let me go. Let's stop making trouble. Okay, let's live a good life. Ah Chi. My Ah Chi. I love you. Let's start over. You. I don't know how many people I have kissed with these lips, and I feel nauseous. But she hooked me to keep me from stepping back, deepened the kiss little by little, and acted aggrievedly. After so many years of relationship, is Ah Chi really willing to throw it away? I scoffed. She thought too highly of herself. Isn't it just 10 years? My original plan was to completely separate from Jiang Ran and go to live on a small island in the south. Winters there are not as cold as in the north. If you are lucky, you may be able to see the peach blossoms next year. Unfortunately, Jiang Ran disagreed. She carried a blade with her, saying that if I dared to go, she would dare to die. She also withheld my ID card and passport. We broke up completely. The relationship deteriorated at an unimaginable rate, but there was no more big noise. They became more and more silent about each other. At the same time, my health is getting worse and worse, and I can't eat all day long. And if I finally eat a little, I will vomit it all again. She saw the changes in my body and the blood stains by the sink, but she attributed it all to my silent protest. Every late at night, she hugged my body tightly and said in my ear over and over again, Song Chi, please don't hurt your body anymore. I feel distressed. I was trapped in this house by her, without any dignity. Such days lasted for about a month, and Fairy Tale asked me to go to an art exhibition. I deliberately chose Jiang Ran on the day of his business trip. When she was sent downstairs, she looked strange. I was very annoyed and worried that she would see something. After all, watching the exhibition is fake, and my real purpose is to get out of here. I made an appointment with Fairy Tale to leave the imperial capital by car. Due to my health, I can't drive long distances, and she will take me all the way. We made an appointment 3 days ago. She didn't ask me why, and knew that I wanted to leave, so she just replied. On the way away, the Fairy Tale jokingly tentatively probed. Why don't you go to the art exhibition? That's the artist you admire the most. The Fairy Tale wears a denim top and high-waisted pants, and the high ponytail is tied up neatly, just like the confident and flamboyant appearance we had when we first met, unchanged at all. I suddenly realized that I was very indebted to this girl. We both studied art, and we watched large and small exhibitions together when we were students. He even made an appointment to study in Italy together. But later, because of Jiang Ran, I gave up learning painting and broke my promise to fight together. I will never forget the day I received an offer from abroad. I came to me with great interest, but I told her that I couldn't go, and I didn't even give her a reason. She stood there for a long time. I thought she would be angry, and ready to meet her anger. However, she just said, Song Chi, if this is your own decision, I respect it. No anger, no grievances, tolerance, and no reason. Just like now, the Fairy Tale looked in the rearview mirror and smiled. Go and see Song Chi. Just say goodbye to the past. We finally came to the exhibition. The Fairy Tale took me straight to the main exhibition hall, pointing to DW's famous work and asking, Do you remember? You told me that you want to be famous. In the painting, a man sits alone on a high platform, looking into the distance. Fame and success. Fame and success. These 4 words were suddenly brought up again in a fairy tale, and then the scar that had been buried for a long time was revealed. I remember. Of course I remember. At that time, I wanted to marry Jiang Ran and marry Jiang Ran. I worked hard, desperately trying to get ahead, and prove to the Jiang family that I could take good care of Jiang Ran. But I was too naive. The gap between us was too big. Everything that has been worked hard for the Jiang family easily ruined me as soon as they made a move. They found someone to replace my place for studying abroad, and even my parents' work was affected. I couldn't sell my drawings, the whole industry was blocked, and no one dared to cooperate with me. Jiang Ran's eldest brother personally came to the door to put pressure. My parents are decent people, and they couldn't stand their dependence on Zhao Quan, so they forced me to separate from Jiang Ran, otherwise they would sever ties with me. At that time, Jiang Ran almost broke a leg in order to be with me. At the hardest time, we hugged each other on the streets of Beijing in the early morning. The little princess hugged me and choked up. Song-chi, I won't compromise, and neither can you. We only have each other. Never let me down. Never let down. I stood in front of the painting and slowly took off the ring, so uncomfortable that I bowed down. Obviously, we have survived such difficult days, and no suffering has separated us. Why is it still not perfect? The phone rang at this moment. It's Ginger dying. She found out that I had left home much earlier than I expected.